When people hear the word Linux, many still imagine a complicated black screen filled with strange commands, something only programmers or hardcore tech enthusiasts would ever touch. But Kubuntu Linux in 2026 continues to quietly destroy that myth. This operating system has evolved into something that feels polished, powerful, and genuinely welcoming, even for people who have never used Linux before. Kubuntu is essentially Ubuntu at its core, but instead of the GNOME desktop, it uses KDE Plasma, which changes the entire personality of the system. In 2026, Kubuntu feels faster, more customizable, and more mature than ever, while still keeping that beginner-friendly spirit alive. This review is a deep dive into what Kubuntu Linux 2026 is really like in everyday use, how it performs, how it looks, and whether it truly deserves a spot on your laptop or desktop this year. From the moment you boot into Kubuntu 2026 for the first time, there is a sense that this is a system designed with both power users and normal users in mind. The startup experience is smooth, the splash screen is clean, and the system loads quickly even on modest hardware. One of the first things that stands out is how responsive everything feels. Windows open instantly, animations are fluid, and there is almost no noticeable lag when moving around the desktop. KDE Plasma has always been known for its efficiency, but in 2026 it feels especially refined. Even on older machines with limited RAM, Kubuntu manages to stay light and responsive, which immediately makes it appealing to users who are tired of heavy operating systems slowing their computers down. The desktop itself feels familiar in a comforting way. If you're coming from Windows, you will instantly recognize the taskbar at the bottom, the application launcher in the corner, the system tray, and the general workflow. This familiarity is one of Kubuntu's biggest strengths for beginners. You do not feel lost or forced to relearn how to use a computer from scratch. At the same time, nothing feels outdated or boring. The KDE Plasma desktop in 2026 looks modern, sharp, and elegant, with subtle animations, smooth transitions, and a high level of polish. Everything from the icons to the window decorations feels carefully designed rather than thrown together. Customization is where Kubuntu truly shines, and in 2026 it feels almost limitless. You can change the entire look and feel of the system in minutes without installing any third-party tools. Themes, icon packs, cursor styles, window effects, fonts, and even the behavior of the desktop can all be adjusted from the settings menu. You can make Kubuntu look like Windows, macOS, or something completely unique. Want a minimal setup with no taskbar and just a dock? You can do that. Want multiple panels, widgets showing system stats, weather, and calendar information right on your desktop? That is easy too. What makes this even better is that all of this customization is optional. If you are a beginner who just wants a system that works, you can ignore most of these options and enjoy the default experience, which is already very well balanced. Performance in Kubuntu Linux 2026 is one of its strongest selling points. Thanks to the lightweight nature of KDE Plasma and the optimizations in the Linux kernel, the system feels fast even under heavy use. Multitasking is smooth, applications open quickly, and system resources are used efficiently. Compared to Windows 11 or even Windows 12 era builds, Kubuntu often feels snappier on the same hardware. This is especially noticeable on older laptops or low-end PCs where Windows tends to struggle. Kubuntu does not constantly run background tasks that eat up CPU and RAM, which means more of your system's power is actually available to you. Software availability has also improved massively over the years, and by 2026, Kubuntu users have access to almost everything they might need. The Discover Software Center makes installing applications incredibly easy. You can search for apps, read descriptions and reviews, and install them with a single click. Whether you need a web browser, Office suite, video editor, music player, or development tools, chances are it is already available. Popular applications like Firefox, Chrome, LibreOffice, VLC, and GIMP work perfectly on Kubuntu. Flatpak and Snap support also mean you can access newer versions of software without worrying about compatibility issues. For beginners, this removes one of the biggest historical pain points of Linux, which was software availability. Everyday tasks on Kubuntu feel natural and intuitive. Browsing the web, watching videos, listening to music, managing files, and connecting external devices all work smoothly. Plug in a USB drive or external hard disk and it appears instantly. Printers and scanners are easier to set up than ever before, thanks to improved driver support. Bluetooth devices like headphones, keyboards, and mice connect with minimal effort. Wi-Fi stability in Kubuntu 2026 is solid, and network management is simple enough that even non-technical users can handle it without frustration. These small quality-of-life improvements add up and make Kubuntu feel like a truly complete desktop operating system. One area where Kubuntu stands out in 2026 is its balance between simplicity and power. Beginners can use the system without ever opening a terminal, but advanced users still have access to all the powerful Linux tools under the hood. The terminal is there if you want it, but it is no longer a requirement for daily use. System updates are handled through a graphical interface, and they rarely interrupt your workflow. You are not constantly forced to reboot or wait for updates to finish. This gives users a sense of control rather than feeling like the system is controlling them. Security and privacy are also strong points for Kubuntu. Unlike many mainstream operating systems, Kubuntu does not track your activity, collect personal data, or bombard you with ads. You are not required to create an online account just to use your own computer. In 2026, privacy is a major concern for many users, and Kubuntu offers peace of mind in this area. Regular security updates keep the system safe, and the open-source nature of Linux means that the community can inspect and improve the code. For users who value transparency and control, this is a huge advantage. Stability is another area where Kubuntu Linux 2026 performs well. The system rarely crashes, and when something does go wrong, it is often easy to fix. Kubuntu is based on Ubuntu's long-term support releases, which means it benefits from years of testing and maintenance. This makes it suitable not only for home users, but also for students, professionals, and even small businesses. You can rely on Kubuntu to work consistently day after day without unexpected surprises. Gaming on Kubuntu has also reached a level that would have been hard to imagine a few years ago. Thanks to Steam, Proton, and improved graphics drivers, many popular games now run very well on Linux. In 2026, Kubuntu provides a solid gaming experience for casual and even some hardcore gamers. Performance is often comparable to Windows, and in some cases even better. While not every game is supported, the gap is smaller than ever, and for many users, Kubuntu is now a viable gaming platform. For content creators, Kubuntu offers a wide range of tools. Video editing software, audio production tools, and graphic design applications are readily available. The system handles high-resolution displays and multi-monitor setups with ease, making it suitable for creative work. KDE Plasma's window management features are particularly useful for productivity, allowing users to organize their workspace efficiently. Virtual desktops, window tiling, and keyboard shortcuts help streamline complex workflows. One of the most underrated aspects of Kubuntu is how it grows with you. You can start as a complete beginner, using it just like you would use Windows or macOS. Over time, as you become more comfortable, you can explore more advanced features, customize the system further, and even learn some Linux commands if you want. Kubuntu does not force you into complexity, but it does not limit you either. This makes it an excellent long-term choice rather than just a temporary experiment. Installation of Kubuntu in 2026 is straightforward and user-friendly. The installer guides you through each step with clear explanations. You can choose to install it alongside another operating system or replace it entirely. Hardware detection is generally excellent, and most systems work out of the box. This ease of installation removes one of the biggest barriers that used to stop people from trying Linux in the first place. Community support is another strength worth mentioning. Kubuntu benefits from both the Ubuntu and KDE communities, which means there is a wealth of documentation, forums, and tutorials available. If you ever run into a problem, chances are someone else has already faced it and found a solution. This sense of community is one of the things that makes using Linux feel different from proprietary operating systems. You are not just a user. You are part of a larger ecosystem. In daily use, Kubuntu Linux 2026 feels calm and respectful of the user. It does not nag you, rush you, or try to sell you anything. It simply provides a fast, flexible, and reliable environment for getting things done. Whether you are a student writing assignments, a professional working on projects, or someone who just wants a clean and efficient computer experience, Kubuntu adapts to your needs. Of course, no operating system is perfect. Some specialized software, particularly in certain professional fields, may still require Windows or macOS. Certain hardware may occasionally need manual tweaking, especially very new or very niche devices. However, these issues are becoming less common each year, and for the majority of users, they are unlikely to be deal breakers. By 2026, Kubuntu has reached a level of maturity that makes it easy to recommend. It combines speed, customization, stability, and ease of use in a way that few operating systems manage to achieve. It respects the user's freedom while still offering a polished and modern experience. For beginners, it provides a gentle and familiar entry into the world of Linux. For experienced users, it offers the depth and flexibility they crave. In the end, Kubuntu Linux 2026 feels like an operating system that understands what people actually want from their computers. They want something fast, something they can make their own, something that does not get in the way, and something they can trust. Kubuntu delivers on all of these fronts. If you are considering switching to Linux or simply looking for a better desktop experience, Kubuntu in 2026 is not just a good option, it is one of the strongest choices available today.